Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Tuesday. This is Gigi. This is Walking 1K with Gigi. I'm coming on Monday through Friday, just encouraging you to get at least 1,000 steps in because walking does the body good. Well, this is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. It seems like it's a little foggy this morning, but I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful again. This is August. It's a nice breezy morning. The difference is that I didn't walk out of my door and felt like I was walking into a sauna. The humidity is still low, although it's foggy. And I just thank God for that. See, I thank God for that's the little blessings. But I have a gym nugget today that's inspired by our daily bread devotional. And it's reminding us about something called rest. Oh my goodness. My gym nugget today is the gift of rest. It's essential. The gift of rest is essential. The Daily Bread devotional is going over the 10 commandments, and the commandment that it is concentrating on is the commandment that says to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Let me read it from Exodus, the 20th chapter, the 8th through the 11th verse. It says, remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, not even your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, but he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. I know sometimes we miss something real important here when we talk about remembering the Sabbath day because sometimes the first thing that comes to mind, well, we should uh, keep the Sabbath day so that we can go to church and so forth. And that is true. That is true. But more importantly, you know, God gave this commandment as a gift to the Israelites. Why? Because when they were in Egypt, the Pharaoh had them working every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it wore on the Israelites, the children of Israel. Can you imagine not having a day of rest that's continuing over and over again? So this was a gift to the Israelites, that day of rest, because even God realized that rest is essential. The devil doesn't want you to rest. He doesn't want you to rest your mind because when you rest your mind and allow yourself, when you rest, you allow yourself, you allow your mind, your body, and everything to be recharged. You know, um, the little story that goes with this devotional today talks about this this gadget that we have in our cars now. Is called a DTE. What it is, it tells you, on the cars. Good morning, how are you? On the cars, we used to just have the sign that tells you empty and full. Um, if you're running out of gas, so you're either on empty or you're either on full. But now these new cars, it has something that's called a DTE, which stands for distance till empty. I have it on my car. It'll tell you how many miles that you can go on the gas that you have. Now, when my DTE hits about 65 miles, I'll get a little signal, low on fuel. It means I need to go and get some more gas. And and so if we don't get rest, we can run out of gas. We can run out of energy. We can run out of those things that help us go. So that's why it's so essential. Rest is so essential. You know, and it just amazes me that God, who is what? Omnipotent, all powerful, all knowing, everywhere at the same time. He even had a day of rest. He worked 6 days, he created everything, and he rested because he knew the how important it is to rest. To rest. Oh my goodness. Rest is just as important as we talk about walking. Rest. Rest. To have the ability to just regroup. We need rest. It's essential. That's why God gave it as a commandment, as a gift. You know, I love Mr. Kathy. Who is Mr. Kathy? Mr. Kathy is the founder of Chick-fil-A. And Chick-fil-A, they're never open on Sunday. And I believe I've read the story about Mr. Cathy and founding Chick-fil-A. And I believe that he had the same idea that he would give his employees a day of rest, not only to give them the opportunity to worship, but also to let them rest, that they will be able to come back and answer you and say, my pleasure. You remember that's what they say at Chick-fil-A, my pleasure. They can't say it's their pleasure if they're tired and worn out, I'm just saying. But rest is essential. And God thought it was so essential that he made it a commandment to remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor, do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. It said on it, you shall not do any work, neither you nor your sons or daughters, nor your male servants, female servants. He even thought it was important for the animals to rest. Back then in Israel, those animals, they used a lot of oxen and things to move um, stuff, and for the work, they needed rest too. Rest is essential. It's very important. I like the ending here in Our Daily Bread. It says, this commandment, we might think we can cheat here, but the gift the Sabbath offers is an invitation to rest, to cease laboring, to remember that God provides for us. It's not our constant labor, but God is the one that provides. And that distance till empty, that little gadget that tells you how many gallons of gas you have, before you run out, it says 6 days, and on the seventh, God graciously invites us to rest, recharge, and to relinquish the notion that it's not all up to us. We can rest. The thing about Chick-fil-A, although they don't work on on Sunday, they make it just as much or more than those restaurants that are open um, Monday. Good morning. That are open Monday every day, 24/7. So that's the gem nugget today. The gift of rest. Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift. And yes, it's essential. Don't forget, the enemy don't want you to rest. He wants you to stay riled up. He wants you to stay stressed and so forth. And I found out, even when I'm facing some um, decisions and facing some hard decisions or things that come up and conflicts, once I rest and even let my mind rest, I am able to to even think more clearly. To even God gives me that guidance, even in my rest, to even solve the problem. Oh my goodness. Well, that's my gym nugget for today. Rest is a gift. It's essential. This is Tuesday, so that means you need to tune in with me tonight for your weekly Sunday school lesson on Church School Live on the Gym Nugget channel. Gym Nugget channel at 7 p.m. and Facebook Live. The lesson tonight is the two made one. And how are we all made one? Through the chief cornerstone, that is Jesus Christ. Oh, this is going to be a good one tonight. This is going to be a good one tonight. So you need to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Subscribe to the Gym Nugget channel. We're at 59,000. Like, share. Oh my goodness. God is truly blessing through this channel, through social media, giving Pastor and I the opportunity to go into all the world to teach, to inspire, to encourage. And if you like to get one of my Walking 1K with Gigi shirts, you can go to gg1kstore.etsy.com. And, I always say if you get a shirt, I want a selfie because you'll be helping me remind people about the benefits of walking. So you have a blessed day, a blessed Tuesday. But don't forget, rest is essential. Rest does a body good, does a mind good, just like walking. Bye bye.